Well, the lipid space has gone through its ups and downs. So we had a long period between 2003 and fairly recently where we had no new class of lipid-altering medication approved. We've had a couple of additional medications approved recently. All of the new medications have been relatively expensive. In some cases, they have a very limited indication. And the PCSK9s are the PCSK9 inhibitors are a group of therapies that have high expense, but they're very effective for lowering atherogenic cholesterol. And so in terms of alternatives, statins are very effective. Most of the statins are generic now, so relatively inexpensive. If a statin isn't enough, either the patient can't tolerate it or on a maximal dose, there simply is not sufficient lowering of LDL and atherogenic cholesterol, then the options are limited. So we have ezetimibe as an example, which provides a small additional reduction in LDL cholesterol. It's recently gone generic, so cost is less of an issue now with ezetimibe than it was recently. But we don't have anything to add to ezetimibe for a statin-treated patient right now other than a PCSK9 inhibitor. And so we have sort of the equivalent of something that gives us a small additional effect, I say a squirt gun, or a bazooka. And we need some things that are in the middle, and there are some new therapies in development, but it's going to be quite a while before they're available to patients. And so we are in a situation where we have very good treatment options, and we need to figure out, ideally, additional treatment options that are less expensive than the PCSK9 inhibitors that can give incremental reduction in atherogenic cholesterol above and beyond what you see with a statin plus ezetimibe. And some new things are in development. There are some other medications available like bile acid sequestrants and so forth, but nothing that sort of gives you a response that is in between that of ezetimibe and a PCSK9 inhibitor. There are some therapies that are in the pipeline, but none of them are very far advanced in their development. And so I say that new drugs are like guppies. Many are birthed, few make it to adulthood. And so, I hate to speculate at this point because there are a lot of things that can prevent a drug from ultimately making it to market. But there are some reasonably promising therapies in development currently.